Are you thinking about moving in 2022? These 11 states in the US have low unemployment rates, low costs of living and housing, and much more. Check out this list of the states where you can live the cheapest in 2022. But before we start our countdown, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon as well. So let's start. Number 10. Indiana. Cost of living index 90.6. Indiana is the least expensive northern state to live in, and neighboring Iowa is not far behind. Here, groceries are some of the least expensive in the country, but transportation is only a little bit below the average for the whole country. The average price of a house in Indiana is $206,422. Number 9. West Virginia. Cost of living index 90.5. West Virginia is one of the states where housing prices have stayed low. Right now, the median price of a home is $126,948, which is one of the lowest on our list. The cost of transportation is 8 points less than the national average, and low taxes also help keep living costs low. Number 8. Iowa. Cost of living index 89.9. Iowa is in 8th place, even though its costs for transportation and groceries are only about 2 points below the benchmark of 100. Iowa is one of the few states with low rent. The average rent for one-bedroom apartment in the state is around $600, making it one of the least expensive places to rent. Even though the housing market has grown and prices have gone up by 12.5%, the median home price is still $180,839. Number 7. Missouri. Cost of living index 89.8. Missouri is a little bit more expensive, but it's still pretty cheap. Again, the main reason why living here is so cheap is that housing is so cheap. Both transportation and groceries are cheaper than the national average. Number 6. Tennessee. Cost of living index 89.0. Tennessee, another southern state, comes in as the 6th cheapest state in the country. In the US, it can be hard to find cheap housing, but not here. You'll pay about 20% less than the average price across the country. The low cost of living is also due to the fact that there is no state income tax and groceries are a little cheaper. Number 5. Georgia. Cost of living index 88.8. Georgia, another southern state, is number 5. Prices for groceries are almost 5% less than the average for the whole country. The cost of living also goes down when housing is cheap. Atlanta is still more expensive than the rest of the state, and home prices have gone up by 25.9% in the last year to a median of $287,458. Georgia is the least expensive blue state to live in right now. Number 4. Oklahoma. Cost of living index 87.9. Oklahoma comes in at number 4, again mostly because of how cheap housing is. The state's housing cost index is only 74.7, which is about 25% less than the average for the US. Here, the average price of a house that's for sale is only $167,450. Oklahoma is also one of the least expensive places to live because of other things. The cost of groceries is a little less, and the cost of transportation is about 5% less than the national average. Number 3. Alabama. Cost of living index 87.9. Alabama has always been one of the states where living costs were the lowest. Overall, the prices are still low. The median price of a home in the state is $189,976, and the median price of a home for sale in the Birmingham's Inslee Highland neighborhood is $56,500. Number 2. Kansas. Cost of living index 86.5. There's no place like home, Dorothy says in The Wizard of Oz. And that's definitely true of her home state. Even though prices have gone up 14.4% in the last year, this landlocked territory has some of the lowest housing costs in the country. Kansas is still the second least expensive state in the United States. The area has a median house price of $194,951. On average, it costs $1,133 per month to rent an 895 square foot apartment. This is about 65% less than what it costs to rent a one-bedroom apartment in New York. Also, groceries are cheaper in Kansas. At the moment, a gallon of milk costs $1.99, and a pound of beef is only $3.79. Number 1. Mississippi. Cost of Living Index 83.3. Mississippi is the least expensive state to live in. It's known as both the Magnolia State and the Hospitality State, with a median home value of just $157,885. It has the cheapest housing cost of almost any state. People who move there can take advantage of cheap rent and smaller mortgages. There are also lower than average costs for transportation, utilities, and groceries. Thanks for watching. Even if a state is cheap, that doesn't mean it's the best place to live. But they let you raise your standard of living compared to living in a pricey city. If you enjoy watching the video, give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the bell button for all the latest notifications.